Yo, what's up, everyone? Today I have a very interesting question regarding NFT copyrights. What kind of copyrights do NFTs have? Amy asked this very interesting question, and I'm going to read the question. NFT copyright and creator proof. Is there any laws or legal framework to protect the creators? Say, I create an NFT and I found a scammer copying my own work. How could I report this or sue him? Also, I'm not a famous person. What if that guy says its work is original? How could I prove my work is genuine and original? I'm very, very happy that you asked this question, Amy. Okay, NFTs and pretty much any intellectual work are under the same copyright laws. It doesn't matter if it is a book, if you are a writer, or if you are a painter, or if you are a musician, or a movie maker. It's everything under the same copyright laws, including NFTs, right? NFTs are intellectual work. So it doesn't matter if that NFT is associated with digital art or with physical art. It's everything under the same copyright laws. Now imagine that you are an artist, you are a digital artist, and you create an NFT. And a month after, you see someone selling t-shirts with your image there, with your work, with your NFT there, and you didn't authorize that person to sell t-shirts. Or you see someone copied your NFT and this person is selling your NFT. Well, there are different ways you can deal with someone that is copying your work and profiting from your work. But first, you will have first to register the copyright of your work. So depending on your country, if you are in the US, for example, you need to go to the US Copyright Office and register your work. And you can register your work before or after you discover that someone is copying your work. But of course, if you register it before, you will have more power in this dispute in case you go ahead to court. And I will leave the link in the description of this video of the US Copyright Office. And you definitely, if you are a well-known artist, you know that a lot of people usually copy your work. You definitely should always, every time you create an artwork, you should go to the US Copyright Office or to the Copyright Office of your country and register this work. Of course, for example, me, I'm not an artist. I already launched a couple of NFT collections in the past, but I knew that I was not going to sell anything. So in my case, it's not worth to go and register the US Copyright Office. But if you are an artist and you really take your work seriously, you should definitely register it. And anyway, if you didn't register and you see someone already copying your work, you can go ahead and register in the Copyright Office. Then, once you register your work, you can go ahead and sue that person. And you can gather any evidence that you may have that that work was your original work. Let's say you are a digital artist, right? And the person that is copying your work is the person is not going to have the source files, right? So let's say if you are a digital artist, probably you are using some kind of software like Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and you are going to have the original file, not the JPEG only. While the other person probably only has the JPEG, doesn't have the source file, the original file. And this is one of the things that you can use in court to prove that you are the original creator of that work. So once you collect the evidence that that work is your original work, you need to find a copyright lawyer. You need to decide if it is worth or not to spend the money in a copyright lawyer, because copyright lawyers can get quite expensive, hundreds of dollars per hour. So it will really depend if that person that is copying your work is actually damaging your image and your profits or not. Because let's say the other person is copying your work, but the other person is not profiting much with it. Well, maybe it's not worth. But if that person that copied your work is selling millions of dollars worth of NFTs, you should definitely sue that person, right? You also need to check if the person that is copying your work may allege that the copying the work it constitutes a fair use. Let's say, for example, I have a blog. I actually have a Medium blog. I'll leave the link in the description below. And I copy your work just to post there. I'm not really doing any profit out of your work. So this will be under the fair use, and it's not worth to sue someone that is copying your work just to put on their blog. Alternatives to sue that person would be to report that person to the NFT marketplace. If you are talking about NFT marketplaces like OpenSea, Lux, SuperRare, Rarible, in all these platforms, you have a report button. You can click report and you can describe why you are reporting against that work. And you basically say, hey, I'm the original artist. This is a scammer. This is someone copying my work. And I want the website to take down this scammer or this copyright infringer. Now, for the second part of your question, you said, well, I'm not a famous person. What if, like, imagine a very well-known artist steals your work? Well, unfortunately, this happens all the time, especially like in the music industry. You have big musicians, big singers that steal the work from unknown artists, unknown musicians, and it's very hard to go around this. It's very hard to sue. Like, imagine you are a small singer, you create some music, and then Katy Perry is going to copy your music. What do, right? Katy Perry has millions of dollars to spend in lawyers, and maybe for you it's not worth to go against a very big artist, right? So that's unfair, but it really happens all the time. All right, I hope I've clarified this copyright question. I just want to talk about one more thing regarding copyrights. What do you own when you buy an NFT? Well, buying an NFT is just like the same as buying a physical painting, like this one that you see here, right? If you buy a painting, I cannot reproduce that painting and sell t-shirts with that painting. I cannot sell posters of that painting. When you buy a painting, you don't own the copyright of that painting. The artist keeps the copyright of the painting. I can put the painting on my walls, I can resell it in the future, but I cannot reproduce that work. And that works in writing, books, music, and also paintings. Like if I buy music, if I buy an album, a CD, I cannot reproduce that music as if it is mine and resell the music, right? Just the same with paintings, with books, and also the same with NFTs, right? If I buy an NFT, I cannot reproduce that NFT. I can resell it in the future, but I cannot print t-shirts, for example, with that image and resell it, unless you have explicit authorization from the artist to do that. And that's the case, for example, of the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection. Bored Ape owners can use the Bored Ape image to sell whatever they want. That's why we have, for example, a Bored Ape wine. There are Bored Ape restaurants. I already passed by a Bored Ape restaurant. You can see it here. So that's a bit different because Bored Apes, when you buy a Bored Ape, you have explicit authorization from the copyright owner that you can do whatever you want from that artwork. But in 99% of the cases, you cannot do much other than hanging it on the wall and resell it in the future. All right, I hope this was clear. If you liked the video, give it a like. It will really help me within my channel, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video.